The pro-Palestine people did this to him.
99% of us here are with you. We will protect your kids no matter what.
This is the biggest story unfolding before their eyes.
Of a UFO battle in orbit around Earth.
I believe that's 420.
Welcome back to Aussie UFO News. Today we're not going to do the normal type of video that I usually do. I had to make a video about the Australia march that happened yesterday and the narrative that's being pushed by the media. So let's get into this quickly right now. So what you can see is stories that have come out straight after the march ended. And do you notice one thing? There is nothing positive about any of these headlines. Does that slightly make you a bit suspicious? Like an agenda could be behind them? Isn't it strange that whenever there's a Palestine march, it's all positive? As soon as you have a march about any other counter to that argument, it's framed in this negative way by media and our government. And then there's the link. The media and our government. You see how they have the same opinion? Maybe they're a part of the same agenda, being paid by the same globalists that are pushing this agenda right before our eyes.
It seems to me that there's a very strong drift in the direction of globalization, of the ultimate centralization of control in the hands of unelected officials at supranational organizations. The lust to control.
They want all of the resources of the world in their pocket. They do not want you and me to have anything. It's in writing all over the World Economic Forum's website. By 2030, you will own nothing and be happy.
The World Economic Forum may have called that infamous phrase a prediction, but it translates as a statement of intent.
The bigger picture is that an attempt is underway now to collapse liberal democracy and replace it with global technocracy.
What our experts are describing is a world commanded by an exclusive group of bankers and industrialists, affecting every aspect of our lives. What we eat, what we can buy, where we travel, where we live, and all bypassing democratically elected government.
So essentially, them couple clips sum up exactly why the media is connected to the government. The government uses the media as a weapon to push propaganda on us the same way the Nazis used it back in World War II, to indoctrinate the people so they could control them. Use a distraction to take the focus of the people while behind their backs you actually put your plan into play. And that's exactly what's happening right now here in Australia. And this documentary, The Agenda, Their Vision, Your Future, basically explains everything to you. And I thoroughly suggest that you watch it from the start to the end, because it will open your eyes and your mind to everything that's been happening for the last 5 or 10 years. Now, why does the government weaponize the media and use it to push their agenda? Well, it's simple. Our government is controlled by a global oligarch type of organisation that is called the World Economic Forum. And they also run organisations such as the EU that basically put politicians into power to push their agenda through. And why do they do that, you may ask? It's simple, to make money and to control us. If you watch the Agenda documentary or just do the smallest bit of research yourself, the World Economic Forum globalist billionaires will tell you themselves that they want to control the food you eat, where you live, your digital ID, your digital banking, how far you can move, and also where you can go on holidays. They want to control every tiny part of our lives, and the way they are doing it is to weaponize Western governments to implement control on the people. Hence, they don't want crowds of people to get together because we're more powerful together. They want us isolated and indoctrinated. That equals control. And then it might make sense to you why the government support these delusional lefties. That's the exact reason why. Because they're easily controlled and they're delusional. And then people ask on the mass immigration subject, why the Western governments are pushing mass immigration onto every Western country. Well, it's simple. The The more people means the poorer the natural citizens of that country get because of the inflation in housing, food, fuel, and on top of that, add their net zero policy on, and we're completely stuffed. It's all about making us poorer so they can control us. Digital IDs, use child safety to put it into legislation. It's got nothing to do with child safety. It's about control.
We've been drawn into this digital spy network in the name of convenience, connectivity, safety, and especially entertainment.
It's all for the culmination of this digital prison from which there will be no escape after all the switches are turned on.
The critical switch would be the introduction of those digital IDs and central bank financial control, a world of zero trust.
Zero trust is based on a simple principle. Never trust, always verify.
And there it is, people. They're openly advertising it. The globalists think we are that dumb. That's why we need to do our research. Anyway, I hope I've got you up to scratch with what's really going on behind the scenes. But let's get into what actually happened at the Australia March and not what the fake media is telling you. So, as predicted, the media has spun the narrative of the whole neo-Nazis organised the protests, and they jumped on one particular case where an old guy got hit in the head with a metal object and punched in the face. But of course, they attached the attackers to being far-right agitators or neo-Nazi protesters, which in reality it was found that the protesters that hit him in the face were let through by police from the left side, which were the pro-Palestine crazy far left protesters that came over to attack this guy. And of course all the fake media jumped on it and said that they were far right attackers. No, in reality they were lefties or Antifa lefties from the Palestine protests that punched this guy in the face. Because you know, they're all about inclusivity.
The front page of the Age newspaper today screams, neo-Nazis, counter-protesters clash in violent scenes in the CBD, with a photo of an older man being punched in the face. But who is this man that the Age framed as a Nazi splashed on the front cover, and why was he really attacked? Well, unlike the fake news, we actually asked him.
One of her terrorists came, burst through the police line, stole my dog tags, and another one behind him hit me with a metal object.
Have police arrested the person responsible?
No, because they disappear back into the crowd, you know. It's hit and run operation. You can't expect a terrorist to have courage.
Are you okay?
Yes. A little bit pissed off.
Iraqi, Kifia.
Refugees are welcome here. Nazis are not. Refugees are welcome here. Ivy is not.
Why are we
Refugees are welcome here. Ivy is not.
And of course the media is focused on Melbourne because of the chaos that happened there with the handful of neo-Nazi guys. But of course, the other 50,000 or 20,000 Australian protesters basically seem not to exist in the media because, of course, they're going to jump onto the narrative that they want to display. Here's what actually happened all over Australia in the amazing March for Australia, full of patriots of all shapes and sizes, different races, and people that come from different backgrounds, all standing against this Marxist, communist, globalist-controlled Australian government.
We're here at the March for Australia rally. Thousands of people have showed up to defend their country. They're sick of Anthony Albanese and flushing it down the toilet.
How you going, mate?
Great to be here, Dusty.
It's probably the biggest Aussie flag I've ever seen in my life.
It's an absolute monster, and it's going to be leading the march out of here today as well.
Beautiful.
Turnout is unbelievable.
So, I don't know about you, but that looks pretty peaceful and bloody patriotic to me. A very distant thing from the far left extremist pro-Palestine protests where they literally hate our country.
So I was walking past down there and I was just trying to keep the group moving because we came out all to be peaceful and we just want to fly our flags. We're patriotic Aussies. So I was trying to calm down on some of the guys who were getting a little bit heated.
Past the pro-Palestine march, is that correct?
So we went past the Palestinians. I was just saying, come on buddy, move on. And I smelled petrol and I said, what's happened? He said, they threw petrol on me. And I've got it all on my video uploaded. They threw petrol on him and I moved him along, and I reckon if I hadn't moved him along, what would have come next was a cigarette lighter.
They are just two examples how unhinged and aggressive these lefties are. But back to the Australia March, even Alex Jones was talking about it.
But this is just amazing when you see the footage out of Australia particularly, to see the huge crowds of people that have had enough. Hundreds of thousands marching in major cities in Scotland, Ireland, England, Germany, France, Sweden.
Yes, we're here for Australia. It doesn't matter what skin colour, what race, religion, gender, doesn't matter. If you love this country, then stand here and march and fight for it now before it's too late.
I wore that Aboriginal flag to show solidarity. March as one. Together, and look what these fucking idiots have done.
I am Australian. You don't need to attack
Australia, not
Australia. Get out. Go fuck yourself.
Made two little girls cry over a bunch of Nazi shit. Fuck off,
brother. 99% of us here are with you. We will protect your kids no matter what, and we'll protect you. Right? That's the Aussie way.
Up here today?
Yeah, I am. But I'm not letting fear stop me stand up for what I believe in, and that's Australia. I reckon it's a bloody beautiful country.
Neo-Nazi groups here, National Socialist. You don't feel unsafe with that?
Not at all. Not at all. And look, I've been here since the beginning. Nobody said anything to me.
Well, I don't know about you Aussies, but I'm pretty proud to be Australian. So put down in the comments below whatever you think. I support freedom of speech. And tune into my other videos if you're interested in the UFO subject. Again, I report what the media will not report on. And also, go check out my Instagram or X as well, Aussie UFO News. Share this around to all your friends that are Aussie Patriots or interested in the subject of what's going on with the media. And in the meantime, stay Australian, folks.